All right, buddy. So what's your name and where you from for the people that haven't seen you already?
Jimmy Lowe, Cumberland, Maryland.
Jimmy Lowe, man. I'll tell you what, Jimmy. A lot of people know you, man. You know, they were co-sign. Man, you probably had more people co-signing for you in the comments section than anyone I've had on the show.
Absolutely, man. That's why I say, man, things gonna be legitimized. You know what I mean? Through the people. You know what I mean? So
That's what's up, man. I love to see that, man, because some people come on and it's like they get hit up in the comment section. So it's nice to see a good, much more positivity in the comments. What'd you think of it, man? Your video, I think one of your videos, I could be mistaken, man, but I think one of your videos is like 100,000 views. I don't know.
yeah, I think the interview we did is like at 88,000, man.
88. Okay, yeah, that thing's jumping, ain't it?
Yeah, I've been getting a lot of video. I've been getting a lot of people coming to my other links, man. My music videos and stuff, letting me know that they was from your show. So
That's what's up, man.
man, salute, brother. I appreciate the platform, man, for sure.
Hey, I appreciate the stories, man, and authenticity. I think that's what people like about you, man. You can tell it's authentic. Tell the people a little bit what sent you to prison, just a little background of, how everything evolved, man.
I started in the juvenile system at a young age, in and out. You know what I mean? Kind of come from a broken home, like a lot of people do. When I was 15, I caught an armed robbery charge. Went to prison at 16, so I was still a kid. Adult prison in Maryland. Came home when I was 19. Went back to prison 20 days later for 10 years and 11 months. Come home till I was 30, so I've been home 3 years now. So, the past episodes we kind of got into a little bit of my history in that. So just to catch people up, you know what I mean, so that they can, have a brief on, what the other videos was about. Basically, it fits in with, in a nutshell with what I just broke down. So
Yeah, and that's a lot of damn time behind bars, man. Just coming out for 20 days and doing another 10 piece. I mean, let me ask you, man, what was, besides, a woman, what was something that you did that you can remember that you were like, damn, it feels good to be home type of
man,
stuff?
swimming, man, swimming. I love to swim.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I do, man, and you ain't swimming in there, man. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, man, I remember there's some old heads that were in prison, man, and he said in Virginia back in the day they used to have swimming pools and
yeah,
boxing rings and all kinds of stuff. They don't have none of that good stuff no more, man. But yeah, I couldn't wait to get out and do some swimming. I couldn't wait to get out and walk on carpet.
I remember
Yeah.
a guy came in ECI, man, Eastern Correctional Institution. It was one of our little homies, man, and we was messing with him. We had him thinking it was a swim team. And we sent him to the guard to get papers and asked if he could sign up for the swim team.
Yeah, I've heard that. That's like a East Coast thing, I think, man.
It was a swim team, right? But we sent him to the guard. Was like, "What are you talking about, man? There's no swimming pools in prison." And the guy told me, like, "Nah, man, we was laughing our asses off."
Yeah. They did. I've seen people, not the swim team, but I've seen someone say it was some kind of damn program that they were telling these new guys that came into jail that they could be released like the next day. And they were filling out request forms left and right. We were tripping out on it, man. Like I said, I think that might be an East Coast thing because West Coast, they got like bodyguards that follow you to get a request form, make sure you ain't drop a dime or something, man. It's crazy out there, but yeah.
See, in Maryland, they got the guards right in there with you, man. It's kind of they got them right there on the tier, so it's right out in the open. You know what I mean? You got 50 people beside you. Like on most tiers, there's like a gate, like it's fenced, and they're on a desk. They're at a desk on the tiers, so like you're talking to them through a fence. So you got 50 people around you, so everybody knows what you're saying, so you're good. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it ain't
Yeah.
like you gotta go up. You know what I mean? In no special place to meet them. So it's kind of like everything's in the open, so it's cool. You can actually hear what everybody's saying. You know what I mean?
Yeah, let's talk about since we went down this route. What about like request forms and stuff? Because some prisons I was in, I've never had anybody watch me or wonder anything about, question me getting a request form or anything like that. Over here in Virginia, anybody can get it. You can go up there and get whatever paperwork you want, and chances are no one's gonna really care about what you're doing. Is it like that at all in Maryland? Do they? Some prisons I've been in, they have request forms, grievances, and everything laid out right there. I mean sometimes they're gone, but.
being part of an organization, we just show another brother what's on the paper before we put it in the box. Because the boxes, you don't turn the request forms in really to the police unless you're on lockup or something. You put them in your door. You just show
Yeah.
your bunk buddy before you do it. But it's kind of like they got boxes in there, like in the chow halls and stuff like that, or out in the foyer where the bubble is. So you just come out, you show your homie, they read it, and you throw it in the box. That way you got a witness, you know what I mean, of what was written on paper when
Yeah.
everything came through. So
Yeah. And civilians don't have to do that for the most part.
they actually shoot the music video right now, man. My people. So.
Oh shit, let me drive down there right quick, dog. Ah, let me get up in that. So yesterday, man, I had someone on. He talked a little bit about how, the dope game is in Philly and stuff like that. And I know how it is over here in Virginia. What is it like in Maryland, man? What's a drug of choice in the system out there, man?
I mean, dudes do anything they can get their hands on, man.
Anything they get their hands on, huh?
Yeah, man. It's sad, man.
Is dope a big thing in there, man? Like in some prisons?
I mean, it has been at certain points, but the K hit hard out here just like it did everywhere else too. So the K2 was really, you know what I
Oh,
mean?
y'all have a lot of that flowing in there.
Yeah, we was getting locked down in institutions, man. They had that K2, they was calling a man down, and dudes was hitting it, getting rushed off to the hospital, the heartbeats increased, you know what I mean? They was falling out and shit, so.
You ain't never tried none of that shit, man?
Man, I actually, man, when I went to prison, the last time, I think 2006, man, I smoked weed and drank and all that. And I got drunk one night, man, and I got real sick. And I told myself I wasn't going to drink or smoke no more. I quit smoking cigarettes, quit drinking, quit smoking weed, everything, like overnight. And then I just started working on myself. That's why you see how big I was, man. I was working, I was fit. I was reading 2-3 books at a time, you know what I mean? Different chapters. I was really working on building myself. So I wasn't messing with nothing, you know what I mean? So, but I was going to hit it one time, man, and my homeboy hit it, fell straight out, boom, hit the ground. I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it's like weed, man. And I was like, I celebrate, you know what I mean? He said it's like weed. It fell out. I said, nope, I'm good on that, bro.
Yeah, I've tried a couple times. This is definitely treacherous, my friend. I'm glad you didn't do it. You ever see anybody do anything crazy on that shit in there?
Yeah, my little homeboy out ECI got sent to the hospital, man, to the psych ward, like outside of prison because his tattoos started coming to life and shit. He smoked it, man, and he had like a pecan on his arm, and he said it like jumped off his arm, and he was trying to find it in the cell, and then he forgot how to breathe, man. So I don't know how all that was working out, but he's on.
Hey, I kind of had a situation like that where I came so aware of my breathing and conscious of it, knowing. You're not supposed to think about your breathing. It's just supposed to happen, right?
It was just messing you up. Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, oh shit, now I'm not breathing. I ain't even got a pulse. Oh, I've had some crazy situations like that, man. Tripping out. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's say let's like when I was in prison, man, there was a few dope dealers on the block, right? You could go to like 2 or 3 different guys in the pod that was selling some bud. Was it like that in Maryland? Is there a lot of competition when it comes to the drug game in there?
I mean, not really, man. You got people that get stuff here and there, and they just do their own little thing. You know what I mean? And if you're solid, you stand on it, man. And if not, then somebody's gonna come see you about it. You know what I mean? It's not just a free market for anybody to think that they can do what they want or move how they want. You know what I mean? It's kind of controlled. It's kind of, you got people in certain positions that control that. So
okay. Was there a lot of people ODing in there and shit?
Yeah, man. Like I said, man, the K, man, was bad. Like, you didn't have a lot of overdoses. Like whenever dope was real big in the system and all that stuff. But the K, man, dudes was really falling out off of that to the point that they was putting us on. I remember one time they put us on lockdown in the prison so that we couldn't move around because they wanted to try to like quarantine where the K was coming from. Because dudes was falling out, man. We had like 10 people fall out in 2 days, and they put it on. They put it on like all our TVs, like broadcasted it. The warden came on there and was like, "If you got it, I need you to flush it now." He was like, "I'm not gonna open my institution back up as long as it's being smelled or as long as we're finding it. Like I'm gonna keep this shit on lockdown."
So, yeah, man. I heard Maryland runs a tight program, from a few people. You
Yeah,
know,
man.
their institution, they tried to run a tight program. You know what I mean? But
Yeah,
especially when it comes to the gang life, you weren't the first person. Someone else said that they take that gang shit serious out there, man. They lock people up. Uh,
yeah.
and speaking of gangs, man, you know, you are a Crip, and let me was it let's say common, let's use that word, was it common for you to see people coming into prison claiming something they shouldn't be claiming?
Um, it happened, man. Like I wouldn't say it was common. It happens, but that kind of gets weeded out. You know what I mean? Like people will check them. You know what I mean? Some it depends on where you go, man. Some people. I'm the type of guy like with an understanding. So if you was to come in and you was to be representing something that you shouldn't, and
You'll
it's
fix it.
something that I'm representing, I'm going to approach you about it and let you know. You know what I mean? That this isn't. You know what I mean? What you should be doing, and this is why you shouldn't be doing that. And you know, if you proceed to do that afterwards, then you know there's consequences for everything.
Yeah, yeah.
You know.
Well, what would you say to people out there, man, trying to get into that life? Would you say it's a life that they should choose if it was done the right way?
Absolutely not, man. It's like we didn't really choose this life, man. For a lot of us, it chose us, man. Like you know what I mean. Being in them trenches, being in certain situations, you know what I mean, where it was a family, you know what I mean, unit. So it was a bond, you know what I mean. It was things that was created over time, you know what I mean. It's a lot that goes into it, and I would never like, you know what I mean, project that as you know this is something slick or this is something. I say it in one of my videos, you know what I mean. I say this ain't what you want, Lil G. Sacrifice when I signed up. Always on call till my time's up. You know what I mean? When my bros call, I'ma be there. HK on my waistline. Like I'm letting you know, like I'ma always be in the game. Like even when I'm out the game, if my bros call, that's a bond that we had, man. But I would never, you know, glorify that or tell somebody, you know what I mean? Like I got so much love from the homies out west for what we actually do. And there is a lot of positivity in it, man. But you know what I mean? You can do positive on your own, man. You can stand on your own and do positive things. You don't have to
Yeah,
join the gang, man, because that just puts you in a position to where if you are dealing with dudes and you don't know what you're doing, and you're in a situation to have to follow. If you go over here with these dudes and they doing the wrong thing, then you know what I mean. Like you kind of going to be in the mix of that. You know what I mean? Unless you are able to call shots and you are able to think for yourself, and you are able to say, look, I got this rank and I'm doing this, and y'all moving wrong, and y'all need to get this shit right, and you're able to check it. You know what I mean? But other than that, man,
yeah.
you know what I mean?
And you know, speaking of your music lyrics, like you just said, you're doing a music video shoot. Your team out there doing a little shoot right now.
Yeah, my homeboy's actually doing a video shoot today. Yeah, Trilla
Yeah,
Trill, man, he's on YouTube. They can check him out too. That's
yeah, man. Hey, look, your music's nasty, dog. You
I
know,
appreciate
all y'all's music so far has been nasty, from what I've heard. Uh,
it.
I think the people have been enjoying. It's like, man, some of these guys, man, they're out here in the industry, man. It's like shit. How the hell they even making it out there, man? You know. And then I hear other cats music. I'm like, God, these guys they need to come get these dudes. You know, it's crazy. You be seeing a lot of shit like that, man.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
I'm not in the rap game, but I can only imagine. You know what I mean?
You know, it's just all about like some people have windows, man. They create windows. They know people, you know what I mean, and they're able to get on certain platforms, and they're able to hustle their ways into, you know what I mean, into them
Yeah.
situations. As to where you got certain people who got a certain degree of talent, I feel like that we might not have those same windows or those same outlets yet. You know what I mean? So it's just a matter of being heard and reaching out to the right people. And just continuing to put that grind in, man. Like me, I don't really be focused on it. You know what I mean? Like I love shit all the time that don't sound good, man. Just because you know it might be somebody that I know, like my videographer shooting a video or something like that. And I told him that all the time. You know what I mean? So it's just a matter of like I love people's grind, man. So I respect the grind even if I don't like the music, even if the music's some shit. So I still put a like to it, or I might share it, or I might show it some love just because I'm like, all right, y'all shooting a music video, and I know what it takes to do that. I know it takes money. I know that it takes, you know what I mean, work. I know that it takes, you know what I mean, a hustle, a grind, a certain, you know what I mean, energy to do that, and everybody's not doing that. So, you know, I give it a like anyway and a share, and I still support it, man. I still support the bullshit because it's just like,
Damn
you
right,
know,
man.
But I mean, I keep it real with them though. I tell them, in the comments if they ask me my opinion, I let them know, like, man, you could have did that better, man. You could have did this. But I ain't been in the game that long. But if you want my opinion, then this is what my opinion is, man. So I try to keep it real so they can try to grow and elevate. Because I would hope as an artist, somebody would look at me and be like, yo, that was some shit, Lo. You could have came better with that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
And you know what? When you come like that, when you come correct like that, man, ain't nobody can say shit about you, man. And if they do try to, the people that know you, they ain't gonna stand for that shit because they know what kind of person you are, man. You
Yeah.
never. That's why I try never to show any kind of negativity, even my enemies, man. I try to, uplift, man, 100%, man. It's a good way of life, though. That's the way to live. That's how I am, at least. Let me ask you this, man. You're out there. You've done a lot of damn time in lockup. You've seen some treacherous shit. What's your key to staying out, man? What do you think is doing it for you? Like, because
Man,
I've been in and out, and there were certain things that really like put me on that path. What is it for you, man? What's keeping you on that straight and narrow now?
I got a strong team, man. My wife, like, that's my backbone, bro. Like, I got PTSD and shit. Like, that shit messes you up, you know what I mean, doing all that time. So,
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, I go through a lot of shit, you know what I mean? I actually went through a situation, like, I feel comfortable sharing it now, like it ain't no thing because I'm over it and it'll never happen again. But a few months ago, I actually left my job, man, and I was going to hang myself, bro. Like, I was going through some shit mentally, you know what I mean? Just because, you got them high highs, man, and them low lows, man. You know what I mean? Where you start feeling that shit, and then shit ain't going right out here. The layoffs is coming up. You know what I mean? This little life shit, man. And
yeah,
I was going through some shit, and like they ended up having to like ping my phone, like the chopper, and came and found me. But yeah, man, I grew from that shit. You know what I mean? It ain't no thing now, but I look back on it, and it's just a learning curve. But I got a strong team, man. You know what I mean? My bros out here, my wife. You know what I mean? I got a strong team, bro. I got a lot of people around me that have pulled me down, man, for a long time. But I've been like weeding them people out, man. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? A lot of family members and shit, they just still into the same shit. So, I just let people do them, man. Let people live their lives, try not to judge. But yeah, that's what keeps me grounded, man. If I didn't have that, I don't know what I'd do, bro. So
yeah,
I got a strong support system, man. A lot of nieces and nephews, a lot of family members, sisters, you know what I mean?
yeah. That's
It's
good, man.
part of my life, bro. And then
A
the
lot of
music,
people don't
man.
even have that.
Yeah, and then the music, man. It's always kept me grounded, man. It's been my light, you know what I mean, in my darkest hour, bro. You know what I mean? When I ain't had nobody or nothing, I had my music, you know what I mean? And I've never been told ever, like, you're some shit. And I might be new to the scene out here, but I was in the most, I'm rapping in prison, man. They're really gonna give you the real. If you're some
Yeah,
trash,
they ain't gonna stand for just anything.
you know what I mean? Especially when you're not from a major city, they're gonna let you know, like, man, that's some trash shit. But it's always been, man, that's hot. You need to get out there and do something with that. So it's always been something I've gravitated towards, like, even whenever I was, in cells, man, locked down 23-1, man. You know what I mean? Like, real shit. I spent, year and a half at a time on seg, shit like that. And then they come out with reports and it shows how, these long-term segregation stints, man, is causing mental health illnesses. You know what I mean? And at one time they stopped doing it, man, for a little while because, like, I guess the ACLU and all that had intervened, but it didn't last long. They was right back to giving dudes, you could be in a poor category and get in a fight, man, and they can give you a year, 2 years on lockup, man. You know what I mean? And it's like it's not even a knife involved. It's none of that. So it's just, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
that's crazy.
The dynamics of it. But yeah, prison fucked me up, man. When I came home, I had like an authority problem, man. Like I wouldn't go in stores. You know what I mean? Because of the cashier. Like, I would have people going there for me, and then gradually, like, my team, my brother Benny, he'd be like, man, you gotta go in there. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going in there.
Yeah,
Like,
I ain't going in there no more,
yeah,
dog. Damn, man.
you know what I mean? But it was just like, and it's something I laugh about now, you know what I mean? But looking back, it was just like, that was a real fear, you know what I mean? It was like a real anxiety, like I went through it. So to come, and it was crazy to transition because I come from prison where, You know, I don't do crowds. Like, you're not hovering around me. I'm not with none of that. You know what I mean? Because I've been hit before. You know what I mean? So I'm not with none of that. To coming home and performing, and you know what I mean. I'm the spotlight. I'm the center. You know what I mean? I'm in the crowd, man. So it's all a crazy transition, man. And even being 3 years home, it's still so many learning curves, man, from being locked up for so long. Like, even with technology and shit, I'm really behind. You know what I mean, on a lot of things. So
Yeah, man. And you said something too that I've always wondered and had a certain level of respect for rappers that are actually, in that life and somewhat still, or gang banging or anything like that. They go in front of a stage, maybe not when they get really big, they got security and metal detectors and stuff like that, but when you're growing in the game, you go into a lot of shady places and perform. You don't ever get paranoid that an enemy or a rival or someone might try to get at you when you're on that stage. That shit
nah,
don't freak you out at all.
nah, man. It's a lot of love out there, man. I actually went to one spot, man, and when I went to the spot, it was a little spot in Martinsburg. It was like a little Jamaican spot, man. My peoples invited me out, and it was crazy. Kevin Gates DJ ended up being there. Brett Winter Ron.
Oh shit. Okay.
And, some DJs there from Baltimore. I think it was, what was it, 92 or 93.9 WKYS. So we ended up doing an event there for that, and I ended up playing some Nipsey shit. You know what I mean? I had him play some Nipsey Hussle, man, and we pushed that marathon thing real heavy, and what that basically represents is just grinding, man, hustling and persevering and elevating. You know what I mean? And so we pushed that in memory of Nipsey. You know what I mean? Rest in peace. But yeah, man. I don't know, man. I lost my.
What, it get out of hand or something?
Nah. I lost my train of thought real quick, but yeah, nah, man, it was beautiful.
Well, y'all had a good time, beautiful time, huh?
We ended up performing, and I had the DJ. I went up there and told him, I was like, man, I'm gonna need you to play some some Nipsey. You know what I mean? And he was like, first he looked at me like, who the hell are you? You know what I mean? Because I'm not in this area, and I was like, listen, man, I need you to play some Nipsey, man. I'm gonna do something real quick, and I explained to him what I was going to do. So he played it, let it rock through, and I got on the mic, you know what I mean? And there was a lot of different people from a lot of different organizations in there that night, man.
Uh-huh.
So I got on the mic and I said, I was like, man, everybody in here, despite what organization you from, man, despite your background, man, if you recognize and realize that we really all in another same struggle, man, I need y'all to do some real ass shit tonight. If you got your flag, I need you to tie that shit together, man. I need y'all to come together in the center to the front, man. And I need y'all, you know what I mean? I need to be together on this, man. And dudes came up, man, and I tied my flag with 2 red flags, and my Hoover homie came up, and there was another local homie there, you know what I mean? Some BGF cats came up. Everybody started pouring drinks, you know what I mean? We took a little videos and all that. But yeah, man, it was epic, you know what I mean? So we got a lot of different organizations to come together that night,
But you got some pictures of it on Instagram, right?
Yeah, I do, man.
I've seen it. I know what you're talking about now. Okay. Yeah, that looked epic. It looked like just some wise OGs up in that jank.
Man, it was a lot of big homies in there. One of the dudes that I told you about interviewing that did all the time in New York. He Matt Baller Brim, man. He a big homie. So when you get a chance to link up with him, man, he's definitely gonna have a story for you, man. So,
yeah, for sure, man.
He was in there, and man, the night was epic, man. I ended up getting Kevin Gates DJ's number, man. We ended up talking. I was actually outside smoking, man, and people came out and they was like, "You need to go in there and holler at Brett Winter Ron." And I was like, "Man, I don't do that groupie shit." You know what I mean? I'm not calling that man's face. And, I come from a different background. You know what I mean? I don't.
Yeah.
If he want to holler at me, we can rap, we can chop it up. But they was like, "Nah, man, he's in there trying to find your YouTube links and shit." And I was like, "Oh." They was like, "Yeah, man, like he wants to talk to you." So I went in there and he had the security there, and I was like, "Man, pardon me, I'm trying to rap with bro." And he looked at me, he was like, "Yeah," he waved me over. I sat down, took some pictures with him, rapped to him a little bit. He was like, "I respect what you did, man. You know what I mean? That was cool." And he was a cool cat, man. He came by himself. He ain't had no entourage, you know what I mean? Conducted and carried himself as a man. And I got a lot of respect for they camp, man, for that breadwinner camp.
That's
Gates.
what's up. That's what's up, man. Did you perform after you did your little
Yeah,
speech?
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
you did. So he got to hear your music and
Yeah,
shit, like
yeah,
right
yeah.
there. Okay,
Yeah, he was
okay.
feeling it. That's why he was trying to look up the YouTube stuff and all that. He asked about me, so I went in there and talked to him. Yeah, it panned out, man. He offered me a slide on the mixtape, so we got some things in the works, man. You know
That's
what
what's
I mean?
up, man. You know, uh, would you say that this is your main focal point in life, career wise, is rap game?
Yeah, man. I try to get into anything that I can, you know what I mean? Anything that I can grasp. They say, millionaires, people who have money, man, have seven or more sources of income. So right now I work local 34. I do roofing. So, 5 to 7 days a week sometimes I'm up on that roof, man, busting my ass working.
Hard ass job, dog.
Yeah,
Hard ass
absolutely.
job, man.
Especially right now, man, in this season, like it's freezing cold. I'm up there hoodied up, zipped up, sweatpants, layers on layers. But yeah, man, I do that. And it's just the music. The music, man, it's a hard industry to crack into, man. I mean, you hear our music, everybody that hears it, man, they love it, man. They're feeling the vibe, the authenticity of it. But at the end of the day, it's a hard industry to crack into, bro.
It's almost
Because
like I think entertainment and everything is a big luck game, man. You know what I
it,
mean?
it
It's a
is, man.
big luck game. And I almost feel I'm not gonna get into it, man, because it gets deep in my eyes when it comes to entertainment game. But hey, at the same time, man, all it takes is just someone to hear it, to see it, and then boom. And I honestly think you and a couple other guys that I've had on the channel that make music, uh, y'all got it, man. Y'all got what it takes for sure. You know what I mean? That song alone, that just one song that I've heard of yours, I mean, that shit was fire, man. So I can only imagine. I've heard a few of them now, though.
Yeah, we just
I mean,
actually did one, man. And we put like the picture video up. It's called Home Now.
home
Jimmy
now.
Lowe, Home Now. Yeah, but that's me, my homeboy Dirk. He just did 12 in the feds, and my other homeboy Cleb, he just came home from prison. So we all just did that. But yeah, it's called Home Now. So that's another project we're working on. I'm about to drop a mixtape with just me and a bunch of features, and then me and Cleb's about to drop a mixtape. So we got a lot of stuff going on. I've actually, man, done a lot of stuff people don't know about. We opened up for Bone Thugs and Harmony in Martinsburg. We opened up for Waka Flocka in Martinsburg. We opened up for Yin Yang Twins out here. That was actually my first performance ever, man. So it was epic because
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
yeah, it was epic.
Hey, didn't Bone Thugs change their name?
Man, I don't know what's going on with that. I don't know if that's a commercial bonus thugs. I
What
don't.
was that? Oh, Boneless.
I've been kind of ignoring it, right? I've been seeing it everywhere,
That's
but
what it was. It was just, it had to been a commercial, man.
think that's what it was, and I think people ran with it with the memes and different stuff, and they're making it look like it's an actual thing. But I think that it started off as like some type of commercial, man, for boneless
I don't
chicken.
know, man. I was tripping, though. Oh, that's cool, man. Hey, look. Uh, I enjoyed how a lot of these videos have came out doing these recaps. I enjoy hearing people's prison story and giving people a little bit of information on how things are ran in that state. But I also like to hear, what you got going on. So it was a good episode for me, man. And hopefully, people go check out your stuff. I'm gonna leave everything pinned in the comment section description of the video for everyone to go check out. I'm gonna leave that video that I watched because I think it's really good. I think people will enjoy it as well. But I like to, hear all this positivity going on in people's lives other than just their prison story. If there's anything that you could tell to anyone out there, man, before we go, just pertaining to life or anything, what would that be, man?
Man, when you know better, you do better, man. A lot of us come from a lot of fucked up backgrounds, man, but that don't have to define us, man. James Allen said that circumstances don't create a man; it only reveals him to himself. You know what I mean? So, yo, don't let your circumstances become you, man. If you're in some shitty circumstances, then you got to do what you got to do to change that. You got to acquire information, knowledge. Everything's at the touch of a button now, man. Anything you need to do, anything you need to learn how to, you know what I mean? Like anything you need to learn, man, it's just at the push of a button. So, YouTube, anything, starting your own channel is all there, man. Look it up, man. And, that's all I got to say, man. Acquire education, man. Elevate, man.
Damn right,
People
man.
ain't on the same page as you. You know what I mean? And you got to lead them people behind, man. You can only walk with people for so long, man. It's trying to walk in a different direction, man. So, elevate, man. Educate. You know what I mean? Help other people. Create that real bond, that real vibe, man. Give back. You know what I mean? At least the equivalent of what you've taken out or more, man.